LUT1 Task 2, the video presentation by Brian Michael Sudduth, Western Governors University, Texas. Hi, I'm Brian Michael Sudduth. I'm here today to discuss with you how the internet provides everything a cybercriminal could possibly need. I may scare you off the internet, but as pervasive as the online experience has become, I seriously doubt I will. But hopefully my presentation will emphasize at the very least the importance of cybersecurity. That is, security revolving around any type of communication that occurs through or on the internet. The internet is growing at a phenomenal rate, along with the devices that communicate through it. This combination gives cybercriminals a tremendous number of potential victims or avenues of attack. Today's cybercriminal is a faceless and virtually anonymous individual that can be located anywhere in the world that there is an internet connection. Over the years, cybercriminals have utilized various tactics to victimize internet users. The hacking techniques used to compromise a computer have grown increasingly sophisticated and more professional, especially the malware that is available to cybercriminals today. Not only is it readily available and simple to use, malware is getting increasingly devious in its operation. The losses from internet crime are growing at an alarming rate, estimated at $338 billion a year in 2011. As an internet user, the question is not if you will be victimized, but when you will be victimized, because the internet provides everything a cybercriminal needs, provides a growing pool of potential victims, more places to hide and operate from, many ways to attack the victims, and easier to acquire and use hacking tools. If you take a look at our visual aid here, you will see that in 2001, there were 500 million users on the internet. Now, fast forward 10 short years to 2010, and you will see that there are over 2,000 million or 2 billion users online. This number has grown huge. According to the Telecommunications Union, one of the fastest growing segments of broadband internet access is cellular networks. As the internet grows, it allows more area for a hacker to operate from, and adding to the systems online gives the hacker more opportunities to island hop. Island hopping is when a hacker compromises one system and then uses it to attack another. When the attack is traced back to the attacker, the first compromised system is what authorities typically find, thus allowing the hacker to cover his or her tracks. The internet provides numerous vectors of attack. A user can receive an email that has malicious code embedded in it, or an infected attachment, or the message itself may be a scam or promises a big reward for responding to it. The message may be spam or a phishing attempt that it tries to trick or entice the user into visiting a website that will either infect the visitor's computer or attempt to acquire personal information such as a username, password, birth date, or even a social security number. Or a hacker may target social networking sites for accounts to hack, or even useful information that a user may have posted that could assist the hacker in cracking the login information of the user. People tend to use the names of their children or pets for passwords, and they love to discuss or post pictures of both. And in an attempt to draw visitors or infect their machines, the hacker may post on the user's Facebook wall, Twitter feed, or MySpace account links that lead to a malicious website. Now, speaking of malicious websites, a system could become infected just by visiting a compromised website in what is called a drive-by download. This is when malicious software is installed on a system simply by visiting the website. In a similar fashion, cross-site scripting uses malformed code in a script, usually Java, that is being pushed to a browser through either a window or a frame that is embedded in a web page, such as advertising content that a webmaster may not have control over. Zero-day exploits. These take advantage of vulnerabilities in software that does not have a patch available as yet. The hacking software that cyber criminals use is readily available, getting easier to use and much more effective. Malware these days will disable antivirus, making it appear to be running normally. There are a vast number of machines and users on the internet to target, and that number is growing each day. The internet provides cybercriminals with more places to operate from or hide in. The users themselves and their devices have many vectors that can be attacked by malware and or malicious individuals. Malware is becoming much easier to acquire, simpler to use, and more devious and powerful. Only through educating the end user can we begin to combat internet crime effectively. By teaching users to secure themselves and their equipment, we can break the cycle of user victimization and mounting losses in the internet community. With knowledge and effort, an internet user can be more secure and safer while online. And by having an understanding of the potential threats we face daily, the online citizen will be more aware of the dangers lurking in the cyber world. The massive and expanding cyber network gives cyber criminals an unprecedented access to the huge numbers of potential victims, ways to carry out their schemes, and through malicious software and unwitting accomplices can attack anywhere that there is an internet connection available. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Anybody have any questions? I'll take questions at this time.
I have one. What are some of the types of malware, and what is it they do?
Good question. Malware, and some examples. Worms. Worms travel through network connections. They look for network shares or vulnerabilities in the operating system that hasn't been patched, or a zero-day exploit, in which case there is no patch available yet. And basically they use these holes in the system to infect other machines, and then they spread through that way. Anything that is network connected together. Another one is, of course, your viruses. Viruses are usually an infection of an attachment to an email or to a piece of software you may acquire, or you download off the internet. These freebie softwares are typically infected with a virus that allows a hacker to get into your system. Usually what happens is once you get this infection, it opens up and it downloads something else, usually typically a Trojan at that time, which Trojans are the ones that you really got to worry about. Those are the really nasty ones. They give hackers full access to your system. Some prominent ones that are out there, Oddjob. Oddjob, once it is in your system, you log into your bank account, the session key is created. The session key is then stolen by Oddjob, sent to its controller. Once its controller has a session key, you think you log off your bank account. No, the hacker takes over your session and they continue to conduct transactions on your account as if you were the one doing it. Very, very nasty. Another one is Spy Eye. You talk about one that's even worse. Spy Eye is very, very powerful. Spy Eye basically, it allows controllers to create botnets. It also, a Spy Eye virus gets into your system, or the Trojan gets into your system. It can look at your bank account, determine whether or not you have enough money to steal from, and if you do, when you view your checking account online, it will modify the transactions to make it look like nothing has been taken out of your account. This can allow the Trojan to operate over a few months before you could really catch anything. If you rely strictly upon looking at your bank account online, you may not know it for months. The bank will typically see these transactions, but as long as they don't think anything is wrong with them or they haven't flagged them, like I said, you could be taken for lots of money. Botnets. Botnets are like Spy Eye can create a botnet. Botnets are basically groups of computers that can be controlled by what they call a bot herder. He sends out commands to these machines. They attack other machines or hit websites with lots of attempts to connect, and basically creates what they call a distributed denial of service attack in an attempt to take them websites offline. It's a good question. Be careful out there. Be careful of Spy Eye. Any other questions for you?
Yes. How can an infected machine assist cyber criminals?
Yes. Infected machines can help a cyber criminal by giving them places to what they call island hop. They use machines to basically cover their tracks. They'll connect from one machine to another machine to another machine to another machine. And by doing that, they cover their tracks. You can't trace them. Eventually, as you come back, you're going to lose that trail someplace. They can bounce around from all over the world. Any place that there's an internet connection and a machine that they can infect, they can use it to island hop from. If your machine becomes infected as part of a botnet, your computer can be used to attack other machines and other systems. This could be government websites. This could be attacking other machines. This could be used to crunch numbers, used to send out spam messages, infected emails. Once your machine has been botted, there's a ton of things that cyber criminals can use. They can even use it to store information, hide pictures, movies, and send it out across the internet that way. So yes, your machine being affected could assist cyber criminals.
How about, what are some preventive measures a user could take to use the internet more securely?
Yes. On the internet, if you want to be secure, be wary of where you go. Treat it just like you would in your real life. In your real life, you're cautious. You don't talk to strangers. You don't accept gifts from people you do not know. Use anti-malware suites. Viruses come in all different shapes and forms with the worms, the Trojans. Get something that looks at different aspects of your system. You need something that is effective. Unfortunately, antivirus is not really effective. There's nothing out there that will catch 100%. There's even some popular programs out there that they're hugely successful that they're running 50% or slightly better at catching infections. They're only made to catch what they know about, what is out there, what has been designed. Most software, most viruses have some kind of custom programming to them, which makes them a lot harder to be spotted by antivirus software. So thank you very much, appreciate it.